Great. Now it's working. Thank you so much for being with us on stage for this Q&A session. So we have the first question from our audience on Facebook. So we have Mr. Fatita Bilqasim Kamaluddin, who's asking Dr. Bouash about ChatGPT and chatbots. So he's saying, what do you think about ChatGPT and all chatbots? Thank you so much.
I think it's going to be the future of the system recommendation. There's a huge business in artificial intelligence, and I would say maybe more than 50% is going to be system recommender or system recommendation. And chatbot is going to be the new way of advertising, new way of assistance through a website, through any startup or any company advertising their product. So I think it's going to be the future using artificial intelligence for chatbots.
Hello? Yes, that's good. Sorry, I'm just, I'm teasing a little bit my friend over there in relation to, startup companies. We know in research and business, you have maybe 99% failure and 1%, even maybe less, of success. What would be your advice in the new entrepreneurs that, will be coming about the 99%, 1%?
Yeah, I think the advice is going to be the problem solving, the type of a problem that we use artificial intelligence to solve, and being persistent. I think this is the two things. One is philosophic, which is being persistent, الاستمرارية. فيما يخص. So I dealt a lot in Silicon Valley with these companies that they are helping people to succeed through their startups, and that's true. It's less than 1%. They could pass. And the two things they talk about is the problem. Sometimes the problem is good. كما يقول الأستاذ بالقاسم حبة, don't love your idea. Let people love it. Okay? So كاين بزاف جزائريين يجيو عندي يقولوا لي عندي فكرة. الفكرة ماشي مشكلة, كاين ناس عندها بزاف أفكار. And they love it. And then when they talk about it, and then you start to give them critiques, يعني انتقادات, they hate you. يكرهوك, يقول لك حاجة انت حبيت تهدمنا, انت حبيت تكسرنا, انت من اعداء النجاح. Because they love it. I don't know, some people they have a personal attachment to the idea. Some people they think that it's the best idea in the world. Everyone has the best idea in the world, so they love it. لا تعشق الفكرة تاعك. عندي واحد البرزنتيشن about من فكرة إلى مؤسسة ناشئة, ونقول لهم لا تعشق الفكرة تاعك, حب الفكرة تاعك. العشق هو أكثر من الحب. فلا تعشق الفكرة, وإنما حب الفكرة تاعك. ولت people love it. يعني talk to people. لأنه الكثير من الناس يقول لك لازم I need to patent. سوتو دخلت هذه تاع حماية الأفكار وكذا. No, talk to people, tell them, yeah, there are a lot of ways to explain your idea, and then collect the feedback. If people, they don't use it. At Yahoo, the most difficult thing we were facing, the number one challenge is the user experience. So Yahoo, they were doing very well. There was the internet of the world in the 2001, 2002. Things changed because of the user experience. اليوم اليوزر يحبك؟ No. When I went to Facebook to do a talk, I had discussion with people. قال لك we cannot predict the traffic of Facebook. إيش كنا يميت لهنا؟ هايو? Is it true? So predicting the traffic, predicting the load, we don't know. Sometimes you create application, you make it public, and we push it in production, push it to production. في نص الصباح الدنيا مطرطقة. We sometimes at Yahoo we create applications like the new. The next day it's either going crazy with the performance. Sometimes it's nothing. Is this true, no?
Yeah. Just if I may add something from a bureaucrat point of view. So the first thing I might add is the critical mass. We need critical mass to have success stories. It's like when we talk about Nobel Prizes. if you don't have a critical mass of researchers, you don't have a Nobel Prize. So critical mass is something important. That's why we work hard on pushing people to create their own companies. We have another KPIs for that. I didn't mention it earlier, but today, as for now, we have something like 4 new companies created for every 10,000 people in Nigeria, and we want this number to be 8 by the end of 2024. So critical mass is something important. And the second thing I want to add is failure is normal. Failure is actually a good thing. So it's up to us to put the right framework to make it easier for people that fails, because in the countries, USA, people can fail 10 times and then have a success story. So the perception of failure change from a country to another one. And in Algeria, failure is a kind of the monster in the room. So make it easier for entrepreneurs to fail, and then to get back with another idea, with another project, and hopefully succeed is something also I think very important.
ترى انا درت تاد مش عارف واش من الجامعه يصلي كانت فيرتشوال. البرزنتيشن تاعي كانت اسمها اخفاقاتي. كل يتكلم عن النجاح تاعو، بصح واحد ما يحكيك على الاخفاقات. كما قال السيد الوزير، if you find some presentation about الإخفاقات, just go and see people how they struggle to be successful. And it's going to be a very good experience.
Yeah. For my friend Tahar, I would just نزيد حاجة. Mainly the نصيحة I give it, it's about just keep going. Keep going. I get a lot of questions. هكا في نخب. Speak about درت هذه ما نجحتش درت هذه ما نجحتش. Always I give them like an example of Angry Bird application. It's a game on the phone. قبل لي كونسيبتور تاع الجيم they feel it like more they design more than 20 games. Doesn't work. And the 20 ones work for them, and they are like very rich. So mainly, this is what I can share with all the people there, this program about failing.
So we're going to take the next question from our audience on Facebook. So the question is for the Minister of Startups. So they're asking how the ministry will select the optimal solution to, for example, a specific problem in the startups field, and how they will cooperate and finance in terms of laws. So I think they're asking about the optimal solutions that the ministry is opting to, comply with the law.
So
this is my understanding.
So basically, they want a second conference. Just to be sure to are providing incentives for people that meet certain number of condition. For example, to have the startup label, you have to be a company that has been created in less than 8 years. You have to be an SME, that means less than 250 employees, and you have to have an innovative work in innovative field. And when I say innovative, we have a set of very comprehensive rules. For example, if you invest 50% of your 15% of your turnover in R&D, you are considered as innovative. If you hold a patent, you are also considered as innovative. If you have an R&D team, you are considered innovative. If you are on the digital sector and you have a website or an application, you also get the label. So the conditions are very, I would say, easy to have. And for now, as I said, more than 1,000 people managed to get the label. Funding is another story, because We are investing money in startups, but in I would say, an economic way, not a social way. It was in the past. So to benefit from the Algerian Startup Fund, all you have to do is to register yourself in asf.tz. So the process is online, and you will be contacted by the team of ASF, which is also very young, very dynamic team. The most important thing to remember is that when we talk about investment, we invest in people and not in projects. So the profile of the funding members is very, very important. So I don't want to take a lot of time, but it's the most important thing. If the person who is asking the question, the most important thing to benefit from the funding is the talent you manage to bring in your team, because we believe that startups are the most important thing are the founders. And that's all. We are providing also support with Algeria Venture, which is an accelerator, as I said, and we are also providing support through our partners and incubators in all the wilayas. Currently, we have at least one incubator in each wilaya currently. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I think this was a good answer, but yes, maybe we need a second conference.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Absalam Azoun, computer science student at University of Boumerdès, and the founder and the lead of Google Developer Student Club at Boumerdès. So I just want to thank all of you for this amazing opportunity for us, for students. My question is, a lot of my friends or my colleagues عندهم des idées pour start-up في الAI ولا في un autre domaine, mais نلقاو un problème, c'est que les idées اللي يكونوا destinées البيزنس تاعهم يكون business to G, يعني business to gov, يلقاو un problème في كيفاش يديروا له يلقاو له المارشي هذاك. Donc c'est on voit que c'est très très difficile باش تكون ستارت اب تاع ان étudiant يقدر يلقى ان مارشي مع الجوفرنمون تاعو. دونك اسكو كاينه دي بلان من عند الدوله الجزائريه باش تكون عندها دي ريلاسيون ديريكت مع لي ستارت اب تاع لي étudiants باش يمدوا لي زيدي تاعهم للجوف. Thanks a lot.
So we will be two government representatives to answer to this question. First thing I want to say is that everywhere in the world, the worst customer you can have is the government. So if you start a business and you only have one possible customer, your business is very risky, and the government is not I think a very interesting customer to have. But there is something more positive. I was in the private sector before, and what I noticed the first days after being in the government is that I think the sector in which the digitalization didn't reach its full potential. Every country in the world is the government. So the governments are also the, I would say, the areas where there is a lot of things to do when it comes to AI. But if you want to act like a startup, the most important thing for you is the market. So you have to have a very clear view of your market, of your possible customers. I don't recommend you to create a company in which you have just only one possible customer, which is not a good thing. Government can be your customer, so we can buy things. We are using AI, so it is not impossible. But as a startup funder, you have to think globally. You have to think markets, and you have to solve real-life problems. But yeah, if you have something to I would say a proposition or suggestion solution, AR solution for any ministry, I would of course love to see what I can do to help you to get the contact. Between brackets, I noticed in the past that the best ways to have sometimes markets or customers in the BBO, business to government solution, is the so-called معرفة. So I can be your معرفة. If you have a specific administration or a ministry you want to have as a customer, I can do it for you.
That's really kind. Wow, that's a privilege.
Yeah, so two marifas. Good morning, honorable distinguished professors, brothers and sisters, fellow citizens from around the world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like quickly to thank my colleague, Dr. Yassin, for giving me the opportunity also to share with you these quality moments and to congratulate also the organizers for the great initiative. Looking forward for a great conference and hopefully again for next editions. I will not repeat what Yassin already said. From business model perspective, having a single customer is like having a single point of failure, and definitely this requires to be maybe addressed from the core, core business again of this startup. Now, just to understand the perspective from public sector side, purchasing policies around the world is not proper to our country, even in the US, even in UK. Purchasing policies or public purchasing policies are relying on key pillars. One of them is transparency. One of them is equity. And one of them is efficiency. And for efficiency, you need to have competition. Now, sometimes we have some startups with great ideas, great projects in one field, and they're addressing a government again entity, either administration entity or even a government-owned commercial or business company, like we have many in Algeria. And even there is a will from this administration or from this customer, even if there is a will to collaborate, to work with this startup. Let's just take one example. You select this startup. Based on what? You cannot talk about any references, because if it was with the references, is not a startup. What you can judge, the quality of the team. Well, this team, 2 are from Easy, 1 from USDHB. This team, 2 are from Boomerdes, 1 team. How can you, in an objective way, evaluate the 2 or 3 teams? Because at the end, we don't have yet sometimes products or solutions. We have teams with great talent, very competent, but no more. And even if they select one of these 2 based on any criteria, they will still be challenged by the ones who were not selected. علاش خدمتوا مع هذا الستارت اب وما خدمتوش معنا؟ هذا الاشكال اللي ربما القطاع العام والاداره توجد نفسها فيه الان. هذا مش معناه يا شباب انه ما كانش حلول، اكيد كاين حلول. احنا واعيين بالاشكال هذا. قانون الصفقات العموميه، le nouveau code des marchés, a inclus des dispositions particulières. Il va être examiné, Inch'Allah, prochainement, et a inclus des dispositions particulières pour justement nous adapter. Nous sommes en train d'apprendre à travers les expériences تاع السنتين اللي مضات هذه et avec tous les efforts de monsieur le ministre en charge de l'économie, de la connaissance et des startups, nous avons testé plusieurs formules. حاولنا تجارب مثلا في واحد من البروجيكتس we were able to do it through a contest, concours, مسابقة les startups ربما ils vont investir proactivement من الخدمة تاعهم من الوقت تاعهم mais il y a un jury qui a choisi 2 projets qui vont recevoir le financement pour poursuivre. C'est une des idées. En tout cas, باش ما نطولش عليكم, nous sommes conscients de la problématique. La volonté de travailler avec des startups, elle est certaine et elle existe. Il nous appartient de réfléchir comment كيفاش ممكن نوجد حلول, how we can address this situation by still being compliant with the public policy purchasing or public sector purchasing policies, but still being able to benefit from all the added value that startups can bring to government entities in general. Just one more thing. We have seen on artificial intelligence many verticals, but on artificial intelligence sometimes is good also to address it through some horizontals, especially for scaling. Computer vision is, for example, one great horizontal. Well, we can see it needed on every vertical. We need facial recognition, shapes and forms recognitions, many applications. ربما لو تشتغلوا على solution في الكمبيوتر vision, look at how you can implement it in the market. Sometimes we don't need to work on the complete solution. For any computer vision solution, we need cameras. Maybe cameras, we have few key players worldwide leading in this area. We can be a player on the ecosystem of this camera manufacturer, for example. And then we will figure on all startups that have plugins, that have algorithms, that are optimized with this camera. We have seen, and we have one employee from Intel, semiconductor leaders, Intel, NVIDIA, and others, are building also ecosystem of AI algorithms that are optimized for their own silicon, for their own architecture. And same for many other players. So these are areas where I hope in the next workshops, we will be able also to address the business model on how knowledge, added value, IP can scale, but not necessarily through an end-to-end solution that is made by one single startup, but by being attached to many other key players that can help us scale not only on the domestic market, but worldwide. That being said, locally, definitely we need to have end-to-end solutions integrated either by one or many startups. Sorry, again, if I took more time, but our promise again, beyond the fact that we are committing to be the Marifa, we are working on more structural solutions, so this can be systematically an option for startups to contribute on the many important projects that government and public sector is driving actually, for the development of the infrastructure or for the digitalization. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this
I
great
think-
insight. Yes, go ahead.
نقدر ندير اضافه على بالي السيد. انا معرفه 3.
Thanks, sir. I would like to get your contact today to be my really Marifa. I promise that my idea it's good for Algeria.
حقيقه يعني الوزيرين تعلمنا الان، سواء الوزير تاع المؤسسات الناشئه ولا تيليكومونيكيشن، يعني a lot of good stuff. وتقدروا تشوفوا الان عبر وش what they shared with us, something like straight to the point. انا الاضافه تاعي انه if you have a problem with market means that your idea is not good. So you need to think about market research through your business plan, if you don't have market and you have idea, so something is not working. نعطيك واحد الاكزامبل. انا درت واحد ستارت اب سميتها The Taste of Algeria. كنت انا رئيس الجمعيه الجزائريه الامريكيه لشمال كاليفورنيا، وشفت انه في امريكا كان بزاف يعني نساء ماكثات في البيت اللي متزوجين مع يعني جزائريين اللي يشتغلوا سواء في الهاي تك ولا في امريكا بشكل عام، ويعرفوا يديروا لي غاتو تراديسيونيل. I was a market لانه I was thinking about يعني single. ماذا به في رمضان ياكل قلب اللوز، ماذا به ياكل جزيريات، وقلنا نجوعكم شويه، قنيدلات، بنيول. You like these things, right? So our cookies are almond based, and الله يبارك الحراير تاعنا الجزائريات في امريكا يديروا الجاتو تخي تخي بيان. I can say باللي in Africa we are the best في الكوكيز في الجاتو. So I saw it, even though I'm coming from computer science, I saw it as a very good business. So I created the startup سميتها The Taste of Algeria, وين نعاون الجزائريات انهم يديروا لي جاتو. It's kind of Amazon of Algerian cookies, Algerian traditional cookies. والهاب كان عندنا في كاليفورنيا, and then we do the distribution everywhere in the US. And the first thing was for Algerians. We were doing very well with cookies. يعني انت راك في هيوستن and you got the قلب اللوز. انت راك في نيويورك and you got قنيدلات. الله ما حاجه سلابيه is very difficult for delivery. خاطر العسل يتقاطر etc. It's a little bit difficult with زلابيه. And then we were thinking about the American market. So we did market research with Americans. So what we understood انه الشارك تاعنا it's big. وإحنا الجزائريين it's fine with eating a bite and then نشربوا الحليب and then eating another bite and then until we finish. Americans know they like bite cookies كما Ferrero Rocher. So we redesign the Algerian almond-based cookies for Americans, and believe me, it was very successful. Can you believe the American يقول لك can you please can I do order of 3 kalbalous, 2 ziriat, 3 knidlet. يعيطوا لك بالتليفون. We hire someone. This was the language, and this is the soft power. So the market is very important. If you have an idea and you don't have the market, your idea is not good. Do your market research.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم. ضياء الدين تيفورا، طالب المدرسه العليا الاساتذه بلاغوا. السؤال تاعي راح يكون موجه للسيد الوزير. السيد الوزير شركه ناشئه. السؤال هذا ماهوش تاعي فقط، يعني اغلبيه طلبه المدرسه العليا يسقسوه. كما على بالنا انه طلبه المدرسه العليا المنتوج تاعهم موجه للتعليم، هذه متفقين عليها، وحنا ممضين على عقد مع وزاره التربيه والتعليم. بصح كاين ماشي كاين، يعني كنقول لك 80% ولا 90% درنا احصائيات، كاين مام طلبه بالمدرسه العليا الاساتذه عندهم شركات ناشئه، عندهم مشاريع وعندهم افكار، وكاين ميم سي اللي جابوا لابيل، بصح كي يروحوا يابليكيوها ديجا يقولوا انت ماكش معني انت ماكش معنا. شكون يقول لك ماكش معنا؟ شحال من الخضرات سينا في لي كونفيرونس ولا ميم سي كي نروحوا نستفادوا من الفينونسمون ولا عفسه كيما هكذا، يقول لك بلي انت راك مربوط مع وزاره التربيه والتعليم، يعني ما كاينش كيفاش تروح في المجال تاع الشركات الناشئه. هذه الحاجه الاولى. الحاجه الثانيه راح يكون فقط للسيده الدكاتره الحاضرين معنا اليوم، نحتاجكم في المدرسه العليا الاساتذه فقط، يعني ماذا بكم كديروا لا تورني ولا ما تفكرونا معكم فقط، لانه ما تنسيوش فقط نيكارتيو انه طلبه المدرسه العليا الاساتذه موجه للتعليم فقط. والله غير كاين دي زيدي، اني نقول لك والله غير سي فري كاين باسكو شفتهم بعينيا، بصح واش هي يخدم معاهم بعد ديجا ديزيسبيري وكذا يصبروا موجه للتعليم. وشكرا.
شكرا. يا حقيقة ما كانش سواء في اللابال ولا طلب التمويل، حتى كما يقولوا اكزيجونس ما يخص الدبلوم، لانه كما لو كنحكموا على سبيل المثال مجال الاقتصاد الرقمي، في مجال الاقتصاد الرقمي اليوم اصبح مفتوح لكاع الناس، كما لاحظتوا حتى واحد عنده 14 سنه راه يكودي، دونك الله يبارك دايما فيليستاسيون يعطيك الصحه. اصبح مجال مفتوح لكاع الناس، وعندنا اليوم الكثير من الناس اللي عندهم دي كومبيتونس، عندهم مهارات في على سبيل المثال البرمجه، ولا مش حتى ني مهندسين في الاعلام الالي. احنا حتى عندنا في الوزاره في الوزاره نكوديو، لاني انا شخصيا نامن انه لغات البرمجه في 2023 التعلم تاع لغات البرمجه هي كما تعلم اللغات، كما تعلم الفرنسيه ولا الانجليزيه ولا تعلم لغه اجنبيه، تعلم لغه برمجه. واحنا في الوزاره ندافعوا حتى فكره انه لغات البرمجه لازم لها تدخل في المدارس الابتدائيه في لي ليفغ سكولار، كما دخلوا في الثوره الصناعيه الاولى الكيمياء والفيزياء باش تلبي كيقولوا احتياجات الثوره الصناعيه الاولى. صراحه حاليا في الثوره الصناعيه الرابعه، واليوم تعلم البرمجه اصبح متاح للجميع، واي واحد نشوفوا حتى الناس عندهم 14 13 سنه راهم يتعلموا. فالسكيلز تاعك ماهيش متعلقه بلا فورماسيون، تقدر تكون في نيمبورت كال فورماسيون يكون عندك معناتها دي كومبيتونس تكنيك في ان دومين واحد اخر. حاليا في باغ اكزومبل في الجير ستارت فند كاين فاوندرز مؤسسين تاع شركه ناشئه من المجال تاع البيولوجي، من المجال تاع الاعلام، كاين حتى ناس من خاطري كاع في مجال الاعلام، كاين دي فارماسيان راهم يكريو دي زونتربريز في البايوتكنولوجي. دونك ما لازمش تحس روحك معناتها مقيد بالتكوين تاعك. او كونترير المدرسه العليا الاخرى توفر لك ربما دي بيرسبكتيف كاستاذ، ولكن اذا كان حبيت يكون عندك مستقبل اخر في مجال المقاولاتيه فالابواب مفتوحه، وما كان حتى واحد يقول لك باللي لانك درت مدرسه الاساتذه ما تقدرش تنشئ شركه، هذه ما كاش.
Thank you so much, Mr. the Minister. Do we have another comment from Mr. Snoussi, maybe? Okay, so I would like to welcome to the panel Mr. Dr. Riyad Baghdadi. Please welcome him to the panel. So if you have also any questions to Dr. Baghdadi, please feel free to ask. I guess we have one question over there. We're going to take it, then we're going to come back there, okay?
السلام عليكم. معكم عرباوي هشام عبد الرحمن، طالب في الانستيتيوت d'aéronautique et des études spatiales en Blida. I think I'm the only one here. Well, my question here, I'm also a member in School of II in Lise. My question here is it the sky a limit? Because what I think is also Algeria have to innovate the aerospace in aerospace like from the moon and something like that. And also I would like to ask Monsieur Mohammed, if you'd like to concern like إضافة الذكاء الاصطناعي لمجال الطيران أو مجال air traffic control, because we already have the AI pilots and we already have many things, but as Algerians we don't see this too much.
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Just an addition. It's also about we have only one company in Algeria, which is Lazal in aerospace. Are we concerned to like open the competition in aerospace engineering and things? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. So who would like to volunteer from our panel to answer? Mr. Snoussi?
Yeah, thank you. شكرا للسؤال. Murad, during his presentation, he speak about the data. وقلنا بلي where you have data, you can make AI. The difference when you speak about like pilots and aircraft and this kind of things, it's more what we call it embedded AI. الذكاء الاصطناعي المدمج. That will be like a chips, like smart chips that you can edit in your like aircraft, and a lot of people do that. So right now, if I want to give you like a real example, is the drones. Okay, there is a lot of smart drones, and we succeed in order to embed it, algorithm, ML algorithm, DL algorithm inside, and the drones can like have idea about what's happened around, and they take this decision by itself. So I will speak more about that in this afternoon during my presentation, and I will give you some examples about drones and how it works as a service provider. Hope that I give you some hints, and if you want to know more and learn more, so you have just to be in here starting from 1:30.
Very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Snoussi. So be here, don't miss his presentation. So we have another question from, yes? Oh. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Just to complete, well, first, thank you for being interested about space and satellite communications. This is definitely one area we're looking to see more from our students, I would say, going this way, because there is a lot to do on this area. Just to be precise on your question regarding AZAL, AZAL is not a company. AZAL is our national agency for space. الأزال هي الوكالة الوطنية للفضاء، وككل وكالة وطنية في بلدان أخرى ما فيش، يعني ما عندهاش طابع تجاري، ولا هي وكالة تقوم بمشاريع بحث، ولكن كذلك تقوم بمشاريع هامة اللي سمحت للجزائر اليوم يكون عندها its own satellite. We have many. One of them is used even in telecommunications and is called Alcomsat-1. And actually, Alcomsat-1 is helping us bring internet, bring connection to many isolated areas where right now, for example, connecting them through optical fiber or any other wired technology, or even through radio communication is not efficient. So I think Algeria did good progress overall and is one leader in the region when it comes to satellite telecommunications in general and when it comes to efforts in space. Back to the subjects that will be addressed today. كون نبقى عندنا مشاريع في البحث في الفضاء، هذا راح يسمح لنا ce sont des projets de recherche structurants qui permettent de driver avec eux plusieurs disciplines. لما تبعت ساتيليت في الفضاء لازم لك مرة أخرى في matière de consommation d'énergie لازم لك تoptimiser الماكسيموم، لأنه probablement l'exposition au soleil ولا à n'importe quelle source d'énergie autre que l'énergie fossile, et on sait très bien qu'on ne peut pas compter dessus quand on est dans l'espace. إذن هذا محور تاع لازم لك تكومونيكي ربما مع الأرض، وهذا كذلك محور بين لي جون اللي يخدموا في لي زالغوريثم de communication et tout ce qui concerne les radiocommunications, encore une fois, ça leur permet de développer d'autres projets. لازم لك ربما الوزن وكامل الدومين تاع لي ماتيريو. لهذا مهم بزاف بالنسبة للدولة تاعنا أنه نستمر في الاستثمار في البحث العلمي وفي المشاريع في المجال هذا، لأنه كما تفضلتم وذكرتوا يعني هو مجال استراتيجي في المستقبل. وأنا جد مسرور أنه هناك طلبة مرة أخرى من أبنائنا اللي راهم يتوجهوا لهذا الاختصاص، لأنه اختصاص نحتاجوه مرة أخرى بصفة استراتيجية نقول بالنسبة لبلادنا. لكن أزال ماهيش شركة تجارية باش تكون كومبيتيسيون ولا ما تكونش، سي لاجونس ناسيونال دو ليسباس. الآن بالنسبة للشركات اللي يقدموا خدمات تيليكوميونيكيشنز عبر الساتلايت، كاين متعاملين عندهم لايسنس تاع فيسات، وكاين بالنسبة لتوسكي جيولوكاليزاسيون مثلا مام اترافير ساتيليت ما تحتاج حتى لايسنس. لا ريغلومونطاسيون اكطويل تحتاج اون اوتوريزاسيون، سي ان دوسي ادمنستراتيف، ملف اداري. وهناك المئات من الشركات اللي تنشط في هذا الميدان، وهناك competition on all what is related to GSPC solutions. Just for the VSAT, we have telco operators. 2 operators actually are handling or owning a license for VSAT communications. Shukran.
Thank you so much for the clarification. Please be brief. Thank
Yeah.
you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. هني هذه المدرسة العليا للأساتذة بوزريعة. جولي غاجوتي عفسة على واش قال. عندنا الانكيبيتور في لانس في المدرسة العليا للأساتذة. سي مقابلتية تما we don't have problems زعما we are destined to be teachers ولا. And there's عفسة في AA. أنا كطالبات أدب عربي عندي سؤال. احنا we are group خممنا في مشروع تاع في الذكاء الاصطناعي. معلبش we are from زعما بلي ما كاش ديجا، ولكن في اللغة العربية عندنا كي نشوفوا باغ اكزومبل دي كالكولاتريس زعما 1 زائد 1 تساوي 2 نلقاوها واجدة. بصح في العربية كي نروحوا نشوفوا الإعراب حنا ديجا عندنا فيها بروبليم. حنا كأساتذة عربية ولا كعلماء العربية كلمة تقدر تعربها في إعرابات 4 حسب المدارس النحوية. نعم حبيت نفهموا باش نقولوا داتا اسك.
I get your
Are
message.
running out of
How
time.
you
So
can
if
use
you
that.
can get directly to the question, please.
Thank you. اسك نقدروا نديروا مشروع مؤسسة ناشئة في الذكاء الاصطناعي على الإعراب. يعني كيفاش كل كلمة بالإعراب نتاعها، يعني تحط الكلمة ويجي الإعراب تاعها. وإحنا حبيت نعطيك information. يعني كاين 5 مدارس نحوية البغدادية الأندلسية وغيرها. يعني إحنا واش حنديروا كل مدرسة
Thank
نديروا
you so
لها.
much. I think the minister
Thank
got
you.
to the question.
Thank
So
you.
please go ahead. Thank you.
نجاوب بطريقه ملخصه وبعدين نمد الميكروفون للدكتور بوعاش. واحد من افضل المشاريع تاع الذكاء الاصطناعي اللي شفتهم في الجزائر لحد الساعه، وربما راح I will surprise you. واحد من افضل المشاريع شفتوه في السلطه العليا للغه العربيه، المجلس على اللغه العربيه. المجلس على اللغه العربيه عم يعملوا حاليا على محرك بحث يستعمل الذكاء الاصطناعي في اللغه العربيه، وهو من حقيقه من افضل المشاريع اللي شفتهم، وين كاين تطبيق فعلي وملموس للذكاء الاصطناعي ومطبقينه على اللغه العربيه. وانا ندعوك هذا المنبر انك تقربي منهم، لانهم عندهم حتى واحد من الادارات في الجزائر الاكثر رقمنه. عندهم داتا سنتر تاعهم، عندهم مهندسين في الاعلام الالي يعملوا على هذا محرك البحث. ونظن انك لو كنت تقربي منهم كاين العديد من الاشياء اللي يمكن نقوموا بهم في هذا المجال.
Good day. My name is Pier Sunday. I'm a student at the University of Constantine II, a software engineering student. I'm also the president of the Google Developers Group Constantine chapter. I have 2 questions. The first question is for you, Dr. Yassi, and the other is for you, Dr. Mwad. Now, the question is, I'm a student, and like I said, the president of a Google Developers, a scientific club. How is the ministry working with the universities to help, the students, the opportunities? Because of course we know there are a lot of students who have great ideas, great minds, and they are willing to, put these ideas into reality. Because there's a saying that goes, if you have an idea and it's not into reality, then it never works. So how is the ministry helping? Because just like I said, I've seen people with great ideas, but we have events like this, like a conference like this. They are happening in the capital here, but far away there in Constantine and other wilayas, like, far away from me. How are they creating opportunities, or what are the opportunities that we can get to, help people understand their opportunities like this and how they can benefit from them?
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Thank
The second question for you is the universities these days, we see that they're doing some outdated curriculum. We could say they're using outdated curriculum. We see that, there are advanced things like AI. I'm an AI student. I've worked on an AI project before. So how can you, because you have the opportunity of going outside to America and you've seen the mode of studies there, advanced things, how can you help to see that, the curriculum the students are studying here in Algeria is, advanced to, meet up with the advanced technologies we have today, especially with AI?
Thank you, sir. I think they got the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I will respond to the first question, and I will let the second one to Dr. Baghdadi because we didn't hear him today. So we will share the work. So for the first question, we are working with the Minister of Higher Education, and we are doing some very interesting projects for now. For example, we are creating an incubator in each university in the country. And we are even creating spaces to host startups. Because we believe that creating companies, the costs of creating a company can be somehow difficult for a project holder. So we are making it easy to create startups inside the university, and we are creating for now we have 4 universities, and we will expand that to more universities. We are creating spaces in the universities to host to incorporate the startups. There is also a very interesting memorandum of understanding we signed very recently to open research labs to startups for prototyping. So if any one of you wants to create a prototype for innovation, they can use all the infrastructure inside the research centers and laboratories, and we are providing funding for this. So we are funding the prototyping costs for the students. And last but not least, I talked earlier about research and development, and I think it will be a very important subject that will be discussed tomorrow about the relationship between university and the economy and startups. Yeah, we are providing incentives for big corporation to hire researchers and doctors from university to work on research and development, and we are giving them funding and also tax incentives. And the goal is to have more common projects between the industry and the university. And hopefully we will have much more projects originating from the university and with an impact on the industry. Yeah, I think that's it. I might just add one thing. I think that when you are a student, it is a very interesting period of time to create a company, because the risk you take as a student is smaller than when you are married with kids and you have a lot of responsibilities. So I think it is very interesting to create a company while you are a student. And I have done this myself. It is complicated because you have to manage your time, but it is definitely a very, very good experience.
Thank you so much for your very insightful answer. Dr. Baghdadi?
Regarding your second question, there are 2 parts of the answer. First, there are many universities that have updated their courses, that are updating their courses, and there are maybe some that are lagging behind. So that differs from one university to another one. But I think in general, one of the goals of this conference is to tell you that in general, you can learn all of these things yourself. You don't need to rely on the university because all the courses are available online, all the textbooks are available for free online, all the videos, like the course that's given to MIT students is given for free to everyone online as video. I learned AI through this. I didn't learn AI in university because at that time it was not a very hot topic. I learned AI myself just by reading books, following online courses, and currently I work as a researcher in this area. So you can do the same thing. You can in addition to following what you have in the university, you can add kind of an additional curriculum, which is following a bunch of online courses, reading a bunch of books. And this is something extremely important for anyone working in computer science. There is always a gap between computer science is super fast field. The technologies are developing with super fast speed. So if you just rely on what you have in the university, you will not be on the edge. So to really be on the edge, you have to spend a lot of effort learning. And that's an important skill.
Thank you so much, Dr. Baghdadi. So the minister has allowed a final answer. So could you please go ahead, lady?
Because of gender equality.
Yes.
Maybe I will add something to you because your question is very important. So the solution of updating the curriculum is the bridge between university and the industry. It's very, very important because the university is here to give the need of the industry. I remember when I was working at Yahoo, we received the chancellor of a university of Illinois. And you know, chancellor of a university is like a president in the US. And we had meeting because I'm alumni of University of Illinois. So they called us at the company and they told us the chancellor is here to discuss what we need as new courses at the university. At that time was mobile development. It was like huge. Everyone was like doing mobile development to create application in their smartphones. So we had a discussion. I remember we were like 5 people and we were talking to the chancellor and then telling her what we are doing at Yahoo. So we told her about mobile development courses, what are the languages that we need, and at that time it was the beginning of artificial intelligence. Believe me, in 2 weeks, they created the course of mobile development. They created the course of artificial intelligence as well, like practical. I think we are going to do the same thing. So I had discussion yesterday with the Minister of the Higher Education and the Research and Development, and I think this is going to be the way how we are going to do it. We have the director of the school, the higher school of artificial intelligence. For sure, we are going to have a meeting and then talk about it. And we will help on updating the curriculum, at least in my field, in artificial intelligence, programming, and things that are connected to artificial intelligence. But very good question. Thank you.
That's a great. Thank you. Hopefully.
هل يمكن الحديث عن مؤسسات ناشئة للأطفال؟ هذه الأولى. وهل يمكن الحديث عن تكوينات على مستوى عالي للأطفال في مجال البرمجة والذكاء الاصطناعي، على أساس أنه حنايا ديجا دركا قاعدين خليت لورغانيزاسيون تاع بطولة جهوية للروبوت والذكاء الاصطناعي في قسنطينة للأطفال من 4 ل 16 سنة، وفي نفس الوقت حابة الشيء اللي رانا نخدموا فيه في الجامعة وحنا حابين على أساس نفتحوا باب المجال للشباب دخول عالم المقاولاتية وريادة الأعمال. أنا راني قاعدة نخدم وحابة ونتمنى أنه نلقى دعم وحتى توجيهات من عندكم على أساس أنه عندكم الله يبارك خبرة، أنه نبدأ ما قبل الشباب من الطفولة نوجدوا الطفل هذا باه أنه يكون رائد أعمال متميز ونقدروا تما نهضروا على مؤسسة ناشئة للذكاء الاصطناعي. وشكرا.
شكرا جزيلا على السؤال.
بما ان السؤال موجه لي دونك عندنا العديد من الشركات الناشئات الناشطه في هذا المجال، وبعض منها حاليا عنده واحد نجاح باهر. على سبيل المثال كان واحد الشركه ناشئه اسمها تكنولوجي يديروا دي كيت دو روبوتيك للاطفال. حاليا هذو لي كيت حتى يصدروا من الخارج، معناتها باش نبين لكم اكل بوان الناس اليوم راهي تحاول تتعلم البرمجه والروبوتيك للاطفال. كان احنا كوزاره رافقنا العديد من المسابقات تاع روبوتيك للاطفال، وحقيقه كل مره كاين مفاجات. السنه الماضيه شفنا في مدينه غردايه طفله عندها 11 سنه تبروغرامي بايثون 11 سنه ودير لا روبوتيك. دونك براتيكمون كل سنه نكتشفوا موهبه جديده. اليوم اكتشفت موهبه و14 سنه راهو يدير في الارتفيشال انتليجنس. والاخرى هذيك شحال عندها في عمرها؟ 15 سنه. دونك انا اؤمن بهذا انه لازم نستثمروا في الاطفال، لانه الطفل اليوم يقدر يبروغرامي روبو ولا يدير يكودي عفسه بالبايثون ولا واش يقدر يدير من على 10 سنين ولا 15 سنه. معناتها هذا استثمار في المستقبل، ونظن انه السوق موجود، لانه انا نشوفوا بالعديد الشركات الناشئه لهم ناجحين في هذا المجال، وحتى اولياء التلاميذ راهم حاليا فريمون انتريسي. ونضيف ربما ايضا واحد المبادره من وزاره التعليم وزاره البريد والمواصلات واتصالات الجزائر راح ان شاء الله ايضا يسهلوا الشركات الناشئه اللي عندهم منتوجات ولا خدمات في هذا المجال انهم يسوقوها عن طريق شبكتهم من الوكالات على مستوى التراب الوطني. وهي مبادره جيده لانه راح تقرب ربما هذه الحلول وهذه المنتوجات من اولياء التلاميذ واولياء الوالدين اللي عندهم يحبوا يستثمروا في الذكاء تاع الاطفال تاعهم. شكرا.
شكرا جزيلا.
لو يسمحوا السيدات والساده الحضور يزيدوا يصبروا معنا نضر بما انه نتكلموا على الاطفال ونتكلموا على الذكاء الاصطناعي، مهم ان نستغل هذه الفرصه باش ربما نرجع لبعض النقاط ولا لي كونسيبت اللي كانوا في البرزنتيشن اللي سبقت. هو اكيد يعني لازم لنا العصرنه ولازم لنا تبني كل التكنولوجيات الحديثه هذه، لانه الفوائد تاعها يعني لا تعد ولا تحصى. لكن في نفس الوقت كمجتمع يهمنا كثير انه استعمال هذه التكنولوجيات الحديثه يكون متوافق مع قيمنا كمجتمع. فطبعا الايثكس هذه يعني الاخلاقيات ما تخصش فقط الذكاء الاصطناعي، لكن الاخلاقيات اللي كل حول التكنولوجيات الحديثه مهمه انه من الصغر كما تفضلتي سيدتي، يعني لما الاطفال ولا ربما نبداو بشويه بشويه كيفاش في البرامج تاع التعليم. وهذا ما احناش نتكلموا مكان قطاع التعليم، لكن هذه ربما جزء ممكن يكون فيه تطبيقات حلول. كاين بعض المواقع في سيت ويب يعني ممكن طفل يدخل ويكون وكأنه موجود في البروجرام اللي راح امبيدد في الاداس تاع سياره اوتونوموس فيكل، ويكون عنده حالات ويقول له واش تختار، يعني الحاله هذه ولا الحاله هذه. ومن خلال هذه الامثله ربما ننميو الايثكس فور تكنولوجي فور جود. الان الحاجه الثانيه كذلك مهمه بالنسبه للذكاء الاصطناعي، لو نشوفوا الان على المستوى العالي على مستوى المؤسسات، ربما من جمله العوائق اللي كاينه باش يكونوا مشاريع تاع ذكاء اصطناعي خصوصا في الاناليز دي دوني، يعني في تحليل المعطيات، مور ماشين ليرنينغ ذان ديب ليرنينغ. من جمله الحواجز هي الداتا في حد ذاتها، لانه داتا جوفرنانس لو ما عندناش، يعني احنا اليوم the way we are organized كل قطاع عنده الداتا تاعو، داخل القطاع كل ديبارتمنت عنده الداتا تاعو، كل ستراكشر كل واحد نحافظ على الداتا تاعو لانه it's the new oil. لكن we know we can only bring insights and intelligence from the data if we work on big lakes of data. فمن جملة الصعوبات اللي عندنا لما we conduct AI projects سواء في companies أو big organizations هي الوعي اللي موجود عند other stakeholders beyond the data scientist ولا the data engineer. فهناك مجال من ناحية التعليم أنه ربما نشوف كيفاش نطور AI competencies مش بتاع specialist ولا مرة أخرى data scientist ولا researcher ولا data engineer، لا basic AI competencies في كل تخصصات، سواء كان في علم اجتماع علوم إنسانية. كنا شفنا يعني AI في اللغة، كيف ممكن نتكلم على علم اجتماع من دون conducting again big surveys with big data. كيف ممكن نتكلم على أي ميدان اليوم من دون ما تكون عندنا ماهوش مرة أخرى اختصاص، ولكن عندنا دي نوسيون، عندنا مفاهيم واش هو ممكن بالذكاء الاصطناعي وش هي مجالات، على الأقل مجالات الذكاء الاصطناعي. وباش نرجع للأطفال، يعني هناك برامج الآن من خلال العصرنة تاع البرامج باش نمشي تطوير الكفاءات، ومن جملة الكفاءات اللي كل الناس متفقة عليها for this 21st century هي critical thinking, problem solving. كل الأمور هذه راهي تشارك كذلك باش تنمي العقل تاع الأطفال تاعنا، باش إن شاء الله لما يمروا لمستويات أعلى راح يكون عندهم قابلية أكبر لاستغلال أو تطوير هذه التكنولوجيات وهذه الحلول اللي معتمده على الذكاء الاصطناعي. انا ما نتكلمش مكان زميلي سيد وزير التربيه، ربما لو كان موجود معنا كان ممكن يطور اكثر الاجابه في هذا الميدان. فقط حبيت نستغل هذه الفرصه باش نوسع التفكير تاعنا لما نتكلم عن الذكاء الاصطناعي بالنسبه للاطفال، انه ماهوش شرط فقط about programming ولا about having technical skills in the field, but is about also having transversal competencies that we need them today in order when we reach projects we have at least the ability to have a solid conversation between what we call the métier، يعني الانسان اللي راح يستعمل هذا، ربما مديريه الماليه، مديريه الموارد البشريه، مديريه الماركتينج، ربما مديريه التصنيع، باش يكون هذا الكونفرسيشن مع الاي تي ولا الاي اي سبيشاليست لازم الطرفين على الاقل يستعملوا نفس اللانجوج. And I think this area we can drive some national initiatives in order to build these basic competencies around AI. شكرا.